season of Big Red football gets set to get underway here from KC. This drive out of the gun, Johnson saddled left. Takes the snap, holds it out on a handoff. Johnson accelerates up the middle, grinds his way across the 35-yard line, dragging defenders to the 36 and a gain of 11. Camden Cook to hold. Snap back, hold is down. The right-footed boot, end over end, has plenty of leg. It is good. Left hash snap to Sorsby. Drifts back to throw, dumps it to an underneath crosser. Goody made the catch, got popped. Ball's loose, but they say incomplete. Rhule takes a snap, fade route, back run of the end zone, 50-50 ball, touchdown! Going up high to make the catch, Isaiah Hunter. Rhule takes a snap, play fake, zings one back up to the end zone, and that is caught, and Nebraska has 6. Sorsby leads in, takes the snap, backpedals the throw, blitz picked up, airs one out deep right sideline, 50-50 ball, it's picked off! The black shirts with the dagger! Malcolm Hartzog with a giant pick seals the night for the Big Red.
The return of the Hy-Vee sounds of the game also means a return of the new season of a Husker football show. With the head coach, Matt Rhule, I'm Jessica Cootie. Nebraska takes care of business 20-17 over Cincinnati in Arrowhead Stadium, a.k.a. Memorial Stadium South. It was rocking in there, but I know you'd said a lot of things to clean up, to improve on, to get better, but always big to get the first one.
Yeah, I think anytime you play a Power 4 team and you play in the first game of the year and you come away with a win, you have to feel like you accomplished the mission. You have to play that first game and see, what do things look like? What do we have to clean up? So yeah, we have a lot of work to do this week, but to go, on the road, even though it was a home game on the road, but to leave your confines, to go out, to travel, to negotiate the hotels and all those things, and play a passionate team like Cincinnati, and come away with a win was really special.
First win over a Power 4 opponent in a season opener since 2003, so that was a big one. We got to get to a break, but when we come back, we are going to break this one all down, starting with the first half action here on the Husker Football Show presented by Medica. Welcome back to the Husker Football Show presented by Medica. We're going to pick things up here in the first half, but Coach, the first best play of the day was that you didn't get run over running out of the tunnel.
I ran as fast as I could. I haven't done that really, I don't think ever in my career, so it was fun to do one time, but I wouldn't expect it again.
So Cincinnati wins the toss and elects to take the ball first, and there's Andrew Marshall in the coverage there. I
think one of the great things was our coverage was sticky and tight all day. Guys did a great job down the field in pass coverage, playing man-to-man.
Black shirt swarming here. Donovan Jones, there's Williams Winari, Deshaun Singleton forces the punt there, and then here's your offense on the first drive.
Yeah, I got stopped on the first drive because of a 15-yard penalty. Just can't do that and move the ball.
Big pass play there, picks up a first down, and here's Sorsby on his feet. We're going to see a lot of that here today. Yeah,
they only had 69 yards passing, so they had to do something to offset that. And he's a tremendous competitor, a really good athlete, and he did a nice job. Obviously ran for 96 yards.
Defense holds him to a field goal, though. 3-0 Cincinnati on the board first. And here's a big pass and catch to Dane Key. And again, I think we're going to see that connection a lot here today and the rest of the season.
Yeah, it was really good to see Dane, Isaiah, to some of the new additions get out there and make catches and make plays.
So Huskers held to a field goal, but it's a big one. 52-yarder by Kyle Cunanan, a career long for him.
Yeah, to be able to do that, on the road, when I say on the road, obviously just meaning like a new environment, on grass, I think that made everyone feel really good.
Defense starts to get cooking there. That was Marquise Buford on the stop. And then here is a big catch by Cortez Mills, your freshman.
Yeah, awesome to see him get out there and play. And I think it just shows the level of confidence we have in all of our receivers. Everyone took their turns, having the ball thrown to them.
10 different receivers caught a pass, and Isaiah Hunter there. And then, so you're here on 3rd and goal and can't quite convert.
So sorry.
So another field goal here, and it is money from Kyle Cunanan. He's got a lot of confidence. I like his demeanor.
Yeah, he's a talented kid, but also a kid that, to your point, doesn't get too high, too low. And the defense comes back out. They're swarming, trying to be aggressive.
Back-to-back 3-and-outs by the black shirts here. That's Williams and Ari on the pressure. So the offense gets the ball back. And you had a couple of long drives here in this quarter.
Yeah, moving the ball certainly wasn't the issue. We had 23 first downs on the day, which is a winning effort. Unfortunately, stalled out a couple times and didn't come away with points. Here, they get to the quarterback here. So, some things we have to clean up in terms of once we cross the 40, but we were able to move the football all day long.
So Archie Wilson pins them inside the 10, but here comes Sorsby just short there of the first down. He does pick it up here, a little bit of a questionable spot, but they give him the first down.
Yeah, no comment.
So huge play here. V9, Vincent Schaefer's forces the fumble and recovered there by Williams and Ari. The Kansas City kid.
That's it. It was awesome to see V9 get out there. Weren't sure if he was going to be able to play. He got himself ready to play, and Will goes down and gets the football, and obviously they ruled this incomplete. Glad the replay overturned it.
So you get the ball back with about 1:03 left on the clock, and here is Rhule, and he's got a nice play there. Finds Isaiah Hunter, who gets out of bounds here on the sideline.
Yeah, good football. These are the type of situations right before the half. We call it the middle 8, taking the ball away, going down and scoring, and then a dynamic play by Isaiah to make a touchdown catch.
He makes some competitive catches. He's done that all throughout fall camp, right?
Yeah, he's a physical, tough young man. He's great running after the catch. Can't wait to see more of him.
So 13-3 at the half, and Coach, I asked you this coming out of half, but couldn't ask for a better way to close out that first half.
Yeah, we had like 76 yards rushing. We had really, like I said, held them under 100 yards in the first half. So really a dominant first half. Not necessarily the points, that you're hoping, but they came to play too. So 13-3, they made some adjustments, and they were able to get themselves back in the game in the second half.
All right, got to get to a break. When we come back, we're going to break down the second half action. Keep it here on the Husker Football Show presented by Medica. That was a look at Inside the Numbers presented by Ide Bailey, and the stat line for Emmett Johnson on the day was impressive. Over 4 yards a carry, 25, and over 100 for the second time in his career.
And I thought the plays he made were outstanding plays. I mean, he made a lot of great cuts, great reads. He was physical, ran a defender over on the sidelines, which I thought gave us a lot of energy. So I thought he was really one of the standout players.
All right, third quarter action. Huskers get the ball to start the second half, and we're going to see a run here by Emmett Johnson to start. How good of a test was this Cincinnati defensive line for your offensive line here out of the gate? Yeah,
we knew Corleone the Nose is really one of the better players in college football. He's been that way for a couple of years. Really a bend but don't break style. They're going to let you have yards, but stay deep over the top. And we only had one explosive play of 20 yards or more, so credit to them.
Offense driving here, Emmett, just short of the first down. You go for it on 4th and 2.
Yeah, 4th and 2, we wanted to be aggressive. Unfortunately, didn't make it, and they were able to respond with a score.
Cincinnati takes over on downs, and again, Brennan Sorsby to his feet. Good to see a lot more of that here in the third quarter. He gets into the end zone here. Really was their adjustment. They couldn't throw the ball. End of the day, like I said, with 69 yards, so they tried to take advantage of running the quarterback and doing it with tempo as well. 13-10 Nebraska. We just saw Janiron Bonner on the reception. He would later leave with an injury. I know that was tough for your guys to see, but you're forced to punt here on a 3-and-out. Or Riley Van Poppel there was on the stop for your black shirts. And Corey comes out of the gate. Looked like he was going to take it to the house. Great job by Dylan here. One of the things he's worked on is trying to move the chains with his feet, and does a really nice job moving it here. All right, to the fourth quarter, and how about Luke Lindenmeyer? He just it takes several guys to get him down. Yeah, just a consistent, excellent player, and played a really good game. 19 yards, sets up a first down at the 11, and Rhule, nice play here to Dane Key, and even better touchdown celebration. Yeah, great to see Dane get on the board, and really an unbelievable job by Dylan here reading it out. It's an RPO, he can run it, he can throw it, and made the right read. 20-10 Nebraska on the drive, 13 plays, and again, taking over 7 minutes off the clock. Yeah, our time of possession in the game was outstanding. I think we had, close to 80 plays on offense. They only had 57, so we controlled the parts of the game you want to control. More Brennan Sorsby. What's the key to containing a mobile quarterback like this? Yeah, we just need some guys inside to, what we call level the rush out, just make sure we're even in our pass rush lanes, and didn't really do a very good job of that, and he was able to take advantage of it. Good coverage there, but here is Sorsby again. He gets the first down, and then again on the keeper. This seemed to be a teaching moment on the sideline for your guys.
Yeah, they had really two things: the tempo and just the fact of identifying, hey, how are they attacking you? And they're attacking us with the quarterback and the quarterback run.
So Huskers again able to chew up some clock. That was a big gain there by Isaiah Hunter on the sideline. And then Dylan is sacked here.
Yeah, not the result you want, but really mature plays by Dylan to keep the clock running. We were able to run the clock down and give them not a lot of time. Archie does a great job pinning them. They had no punt return yardage, and now it's up to our defense to go get a stop.
How about Archie in his first college football game?
Yeah, he's unfazed. He's a lot of fun to watch.
So that gain of 8 takes us to the 2-minute warning. Under 2 now. This incomplete pass here. 2nd and 10 on 147. So then 3rd down here. Great coverage there by Donovan Jones. And then on 4th down, able to complete the pass here on the sideline to pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, nice play by them. And then they go back to running the quarterback again. We're just kind of at a war against the clock right now.
All right, so 1st and 10 here, and get to the sideline they go. And flag thrown here, holding call on Malcolm Hartzog, and 10-yard penalty and another 1st down. But this is the definition of the next play mentality you're preaching, right?
Yeah, we say what's next every day. Really an excellent job by Malcolm, just to have the confidence to go up and take the football away. And at the end of the day, that's close games come down to. It's a play here, it's a play there. You have to go up and make a play, and Malcolm made the play to win the game.
Win the turnover battle, as that was the 2nd takeaway by your Black Shirts on the day. And talking with Malcolm, he talked about the brotherhood, and I think you saw that on Saturday, just how much it means. He wasn't doing it for him; he was doing it for the guys next to him.
I think all those guys, we have a very unselfish team. They're all working really hard. They all push each other, and there's going to be everyone's turn to make a play, and we're asking you to make it when you can make it. And he went up. He could have gone up there and said, "Hey, don't mess this up," but that's not Malcolm. He's a competitor. He went up, he took the ball.
20-17, the final, and another trophy game. You guys got a trophy out of that one.
It was fun. It was fun. They told us ahead of time, and I was happy for those guys. I mean, at the end of the day, we want to go out and compete. We don't do it for trophies, but it's always nice if there is a trophy there, you get to bring it home with you.
All right, 1-0 on the season. When we come back, we're going to have our Cornhusker conversation. This week, I had a chance to sit down with the senior linebacker, Javen Wright. Keep it here on the Husker Football Show, presented by Medica. Welcome back. It's time for this week's Cornhusker Conversation presented by Woodhouse. And this week I had a chance to sit down with the senior linebacker, Javen Wright.
On 2nd and 1, they set up the screen, and it's blown up complete to Walker, but they're going to lose a couple of yards right with the tackle.
Welcome into our very first Cornhusker Conversation of the season. We're starting off with a good one. Senior linebacker, Javen Wright, a single-digit guy, year number 7 for you. How does it feel going into another football season here at Nebraska?
Oh, it feels great. Every year has been a blessing, but this year feels a little special just because it's my last one. I mean, it's my last go-around, my last stand, my last public service announcement. So we're gonna do it the right way.
That's awesome. So, when you decide to come back for year 7, I mean, just what was that process like, knowing that you wanted to take advantage of this and just being able to work through that to get to this point?
Right. So year 7, obviously year 6 had some challenges. So I already knew, I kind of knew in the back of my mind, 85% chance I was going to get this year back. So as soon as the season ended for year 6, I was already grinding and looking forward to year 7 because of all the stuff that I've been through. So when it got granted by the NCAA, I was already 4, 5, 6 steps ahead of the game before they even said yes. So I was already ready to go.
I don't know if a lot of people realize just what you went through last year and just you didn't really get to practice much, but you showed up and you balled out on Saturdays. What was that like, just getting yourself ready when you were limited on what you could do throughout the week?
Right. I had a whole different schedule than everyone else. I couldn't hit during practice, so I would stay like 30 yards back and just mirroring everything, trying to mimic what I was going to see in the game. There's only so much you can do from back there, but I did the best I could. So with my experience as like playing the year before and the years before, it helped me on Saturdays, and I'm very thankful that Coach allowed me to do that.
Coach Rhule has told a lot, has gone back to that day, that conversation in his office when he realized that, hey, you're going to be limited, hoping for USC. I think your dad was in there, but that conversation just being so emotional for him and a really monumental kind of moment for him. What do you remember about that, and how emotional were you in that moment?
Oh, I remember, I knew the news was going to hit. I knew what was going to happen. I just didn't want to hear it at the time. So when I heard it, I just started crying. I remember just crying. I remember covering my face and crying. And then I told myself that you're going to be okay if you've been through this before, all in a split of a second. So I just stopped crying after like 10 minutes. So like I stopped crying and I knew what the next steps were. I let my emotions take hold of me for like 10 minutes, and then I got back on my bearings. And then I noticed everyone else was kind of teary-eyed and crying around me. So I was like, okay, I guess it's safe to say that everyone cares around here, and I know I'm going to get back and be back to where I was.
Coach, I know I'm not supposed to have favorites, but Javen Wright is certainly one of my favorites here on campus, and somebody needs to make a movie about his story.
An amazing story. The impact he's had on the guys. First of all, he's an excellent player. So it's not just the things he's overcome. He's an excellent football player. Combine that with, 4 season-ending injuries, really putting his life on the line in some ways. 3 surgeries, and an amazing attitude. And so it's hard to be in a bad mood when you're around Javen.
Good stuff. All right, we got to get to a break, but when we come back, we're back to wrap up the show. We'll preview Akron here on the Husker Football Show presented by Medica. Welcome back. Final segment here of the Husker Football Show presented by Medica. All right, home opener coming up on Saturday. It's going to be under the lights, which is always exciting. 6:30 kickoff against Akron. Another sellout. What are you looking for out of your team here in the first one at home?
Well, I'll just say this first. I don't know if there's anything better in the world than a night game in Lincoln. So I am beyond excited to get in front of our fans, to have our guys who haven't experienced a night game here, let them see what it's like. As great as the atmosphere was in Kansas City, there's nothing like being in Memorial Stadium. So I think it's that first and foremost is amazing. And then I want to see our guys, take another step. I've always believed you make your biggest improvement between game 1 and game 2. You've now had a chance to go out and see, what we did well, what we need to improve upon. And so we'll have a great week of practice and go out and play an even better game this week. Should be exciting. All right, again, 6:30 against Akron, and we will be back here next week to break it all down for you here on the Husker Football Show presented by Medica. For the head coach, Matt Rhule, I'm Jessica Goody. Thanks for watching.